वेलकम बैक गाइस। लास्ट सेशन में हम लोगों ने Ex200 के क्वेश्चंस कुछ देख लिए थे। सो ये सेशंस कुछ बोनस क्वेश्चंस के लिए है, दैट इज सम एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस। ओके, सो एक्स्ट्रा में क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं वो अभी जस्ट मैंने रिसर्च करके कलेक्ट करके रखा हुआ है। दीज आर एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस। ओके, सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कॉन्फ़िगर अ सूडो प्रिविलेज ऑन a light group so that the member should have sudo access without a password. Okay, so simply हम लोग एक example लेते हैं. So I will create a group. I will just go to this node 1. Okay, so as such I will take a root at node 1. Okay, so I will create a group and I will create a single user for testing purpose. Okay, so simply group add a light. Okay, then I will add a user add -g a light. Okay, and the user, I will consider this as a username as John. Okay, so if I will check the ID of John, the John is on a group of a light. Okay, so I will just get a password for the John user. Okay, created the password for John user. If I will try to execute any command by going inside a John user, okay, so mkdir, I will create a directory on root, that is /directory test1. So it is saying like permission denied, you can't create. So if I will add a sudo before this command, it will ask password for John. So if I will provide the password, it will say that there is no sudo privilege is configured for the user John. Okay, so in this question it's saying that provide for this group. Okay, so it's very simple to provide sudo privilege. Be sure you are on a root user, go with vi/etc. okay, sudo is, okay, this file. You have two options, one is this, or else you can use vi/etc sudo users.d. inside this you can make a file which is named as light. So inside that you have to mention some words. Okay, so I will show the both way. vi/etc sudo users. Okay, now you have to search for a line where it is mentioned a group wheel. Okay, that is root and this is wheel, right? So now you can see here, this is a command where this group has a permission of sudo privileges. Okay, so similarly we have to configure a sudo privilege without passwords, right? So we have to mention this kind of thing. Okay, so I will copy this and I will paste this over here. Okay, right, and just remove this wheel, and insert light. That's it. Make sure if you are providing access for a group, make sure you are using percentage symbol before that group name. Okay, if you are said with you have to configure for a particular user, so just mention like this, username all is equals to all. Okay, if it says for a user with no password, username all is equals to all, no pass wd colon all, like this. Okay, save this file, and if I will go inside user John and I will re-execute the same command, it will not ask anything to me because I have configured sudo privileges, right? So I will exit, and now I have some other words to do, right? So I have created like this. So now I will comment this. I will comment this, and now let's go to the John user, and now instead of mkdir, I will use rmdir. So it's asking a root password. Sorry, John user's password. Now it's saying that this John user is not a sudo file. Okay. The second way is sudo.d. Inside that, create elite or anything, any name. Any name is acceptable. Okay. So inside that, mention the same line. Okay. What line? Okay. So I will use vi/etc sudo users. Okay, this file. Yeah, the same line you have to write here. Okay. So first you have to mention the group, right? So you have to enter percentage, then elite, space, then you have to mention all is equals to all. All is equals to bracket all, bracket close, space, no pass wd colon all. Okay, you have to write like this inside that file. This will also work. Okay, there is no with the both method. If you will switch user and you will create the directory again. Okay, the directory is created. I have to remove the directory, right? I have removed the directory. So this is the second way to do this job done. Okay, so I have created. I have shown two ways. One is inside the sudo file we can use, and one is simply we can use on users. So in this both file you can do. Okay. In this way you can solve this first question, that is configuring sudo privilege on a particular group, and it doesn't need to be provided with any passwords. Okay. So this job is done. So to make the next question is to make the local user present in the system should have a password expired in 30 days. Okay, it means it's like if we have 5 users, so that 5 users have to change the password after every 30 days. So we have to configure like this. Okay, so by default, okay, I will close this. So, and by default on etc directory begin.defs, this one, the by default day 9999, that is 99,999 days. Okay, this is the password age for the user which is created newly, not the past one. Okay, if I will change here, if I will change here, if I will insert 30, so it will add this rule for the newly created users. Okay, but on my question it is like on local present users, right? It means we have to configure this on local user which are now presented, right? So for this we have to use ch-m, that is capital M. We used that capital M is for the day. Okay, maximum day, that is 30. Okay, if we have to use minimum day, then we have to use small m. Okay, so that is capital M. We have inserted the day 30 and the username, user which is now present in my system, John. So now it is added in the root. Okay, so this is the way which we can set a password age for some user which are already existing. Okay. Now, like this, we can solve our second question. Okay. Then this, I have some typo mistake in this question. Configure, right? Okay. So the third question is configure the application that is named as test app on machine 1, such as when the test app is run as a user Clara has to display the message, hey, welcome Clara. Okay, simply, we have a command, right? That is echo. When we use echo and I will use hi, it will display hi. Okay, this echo is a command. Simply, we have to create command named as app test app. Okay, when we use this name test app, it needs to be display some data. Okay, simply. Okay, let's create this test app. It's very simple, guys. There is no burden on this. Okay, so the thing is we have to create test app. Okay, vi test app. Okay, we are creating test app. Inside that, mention the script bin and bash. After that, we have to insert a script if square bracket start and square bracket end -f space on my home directory. It's like dot test app. Under that, if I have some test app dot conf, then you have to display this thing cat on my present directory test app slash test app dot conf. Okay, or else, now this will be else statement, or else you have to do echo there is no data for you. Thank you. Okay, like this. Okay. And we have to end the command, that is, we have to end the script with fi. Okay. So in this script, it's simply saying that if this directory has been checked and you have some data, then you have to display the data inside the directory. Or else there is no data, or else you don't have any directory named as testapp and testapp.conf, then you have to simply say that there is no data for you, dear. Okay, so just save the file. After saving this file, change the modification all plus x, that is, we have to give execute permission on every module, that is owner groups and others, on the file which is named as the test app. Okay, after that I have to copy file named as test app on the bin directory. Okay, after this you can check with the user which user it needs to set on a Clara user. So user add Clara pass wd -fn stdin Clara. So with the Clara, I'm giving a password of PASS pass. Now I will switch to the user Clara. Okay, I can simply do this from here also. Okay, so by home Clara, under that I will create a directory named as test app, hidden directory named as test app, cd test app. Inside that I will create test app.conf. Okay, in this I have to simply write the word. What is the word? Hey, welcome Clara. This is the word. Of I've copied something different. Hey, welcome Clara. This is the word which need to be displayed, right? So now let's check what's happening, right? So if I will use test app from a root user, it will say there is no data for you. If I will switch from a root user to the Clara user, and if I will use the word test app, hey, welcome Clara. This is the command by which you can create a test app. Okay. Okay. For example, if I will have another user, right? I have some user named as John. Okay. If I will go to John user, I will use the command test app. So there is no data for you. Thank you. Okay. This command will only work on Clara user. So the question is also the same. Build a test app on Machine-1, such as a test app is run on Clara, right? The Clara. It has to show the message, hey, welcome Clara. The task done. Thank you.